The history of the conflict between Palestine and Israel is a complex and deeply rooted one, spanning over a century. At its core, it is a struggle over land, identity, and self-determination for both the Palestinian and Israeli people. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the late 19th century when waves of Jewish immigrants began to arrive in Palestine, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. This immigration was driven by the Zionist movement, which sought to establish a Jewish homeland in the historical land of Israel, known as Eretz Israel. Tensions escalated during the late Ottoman period and into the early 20th century as both Jewish and Arab communities laid claim to the same land. After World War I, the Ottoman Empire collapsed, and Palestine came under British control, a period marked by further Jewish immigration. In 1947, the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. The UN resolution was accepted by the Jewish leadership but rejected by the Arab nations, setting the stage for the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. This war led to the establishment of the State of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs, many of whom became refugees. The 1967 Six-Day War marked another pivotal moment in the conflict, with Israel capturing the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Gaza Strip, and the Golan Heights. Israel's occupation of these territories created ongoing tensions and hostilities, leading to the First Intifada in 1987 and the Second Intifada in 2000, both characterized by Palestinian uprisings against Israeli rule. Efforts to find a peaceful resolution have been ongoing for decades, with numerous peace plans and negotiations, including the Camp David Accords, the Oslo Accords, and the Annapolis Conference. However, none of these attempts have resulted in a final resolution. The main points of contention include borders, the status of Jerusalem, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the establishment of a Palestinian state. Throughout this conflict, there have been periods of violence and wars, notably the 1973 Yom Kippur War, the 2006 Lebanon War, and multiple conflicts in Gaza, most recently in 2021. These violent episodes have resulted in significant loss of life and suffering on both sides, further entrenching the divide. The issue of Israeli settlements in the West Bank is a critical and contentious aspect of the conflict. Israel's continued construction of settlements in the West Bank is seen as a violation of international law and a major obstacle to a two-state solution. Palestinians argue that these settlements are encroaching on land they claim for their future state. The status of Jerusalem remains one of the most challenging aspects of the conflict. Both Israelis and Palestinians consider Jerusalem their capital, and the city is home to some of the holiest sites in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The international community has not recognized Israel's sovereignty over East Jerusalem, and the city's status is a deeply sensitive and divisive issue. The conflict between Palestine and Israel has had a profound and lasting impact on the lives of the people in the region. It has resulted in cycles of violence, immense human suffering, and a deep sense of mistrust. International efforts to broker a lasting peace continue, but the challenges are formidable. The path to a resolution is unclear, but it is clear that a peaceful and just solution is crucial for the well-being of both Palestinians and Israelis, as well as regional stability.